Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to be talking about workplace instant message etiquette. Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to be talking about what is workplace instant message etiquette. And first off, I want to start with what exactly is instant message, because I realized as I was making this video that some people may not even know or understand what instant message is, because instant message kind of rose and fell very quickly as a popular form of communication between people. And instant message has been around a while, since AOL Instant Message, or AIM. That's what I grew up using in middle school and a little bit of high school and elementary school. That's what me and my friends used to talk about, and my classmates. That's how we used to talk. And back during that time, text messaging was first getting started as a form of communication, and we had flip phones. Flip phones were popular, and of course, if you remember, a lot of people won't remember this, depending on who's watching this video and how old you are, but flip phones don't have QWERTY keyboards, or didn't have full keyboards, so you had to punch a number a few times before certain letters would pop up. So text messaging was not very popular at the time. People still did it, but it's not as easy, and people can't type as quickly as they can now on the QWERTY keyboards, the full keyboards people have now. So text messaging hadn't hit off yet. Instant message was very popular among kids my age at the time, and we used to go on the computer and use instant message to communicate with each other, and that's what we stayed on. Sometimes we'd use the phone, but instant message was very, very popular during that time. And it got phased out really quickly with I would say probably when text messaging got a lot more popular, because we took our phones everywhere, or the phones went with you pretty much everywhere, and then the computer was pretty much just a home thing. Laptops were thick at the time. MacBook Pros weren't very thin. So you weren't really taking them everywhere. They were mobile, but you weren't taking them everywhere all over the place yet. So, with the invention of the BlackBerry, that started it, and then you had a whole bunch of other phones that had full keyboards. Text messaging kind of took over from instant message. So instant message kind of came and went as a popular communication source. Now I would liken AOL Instant Message. It's similar to just a Facebook Messenger. Everyone has a Facebook, so you should know what that's like, just messaging back and forth. But in normal everyday life, that's not the work life, I pretty much don't use instant message. Pretty much the only time I use instant message is at work, which is interesting. So just wanted to give you a little summary. I realize, a lot of people may not know what instant message is, especially if you're new to the workplace and haven't, been in the workplace before. So that's a little intro on what instant message is. Now we're going to go ahead and get into it on the workplace instant message etiquette that's necessary for you to be a successful workplace employee. So what I recommend first for when you're about to send an instant message to somebody is always start with hello. You can say hello and their name. Let's say their name is Becky. You say hello, Becky, and let her respond. And the reason why you do that is, even though on Microsoft Link or whatever you use, if you're using Skype Messenger or whatever you're using, it's going to show if someone's available, if they're busy, if they're in a meeting, if they're away from their computer, etc. But sometimes that lies, and people can change their settings all the time to, show that they're busy when they're away from their desk. So you never know what somebody's doing or who's looking at somebody's computer. So you don't want to just jump in there and say, oh my gosh, Becky, so-and-so is giving me all these issues with this. You don't want to do that, because you never know if Becky's in a meeting and, she's showing her screen and that's going to pop up in front of everybody. You never know if she's showing people something on her computer and that's going to pop up in front of everybody. So you always start with hello and then let the other person respond. That way you don't get in any trouble. There's no confusion about, you saying something and somebody else seeing it when they should not have seen it. So I recommend you always start with hello or hello in their name, and that's pretty much going to keep you out of any trouble dealing with that. That's the way I was taught. I think that's probably a good tip to go by, just so you avoid any issues with that. So that's the first tip. Start with hello. The second tip you want to remember, and here this is kind of a long one, is I am is meant to be casual, but you want to make sure that you're using clear sentences. You're not too formal. You're not using paragraphs. Remember, guys, instant message is not an email. So this is not some place where you just type out a whole essay and hit send and hope somebody's going to respond in that way. Something like that is more directly used for an email. That's where you type your paragraphs out. Maybe you put some graphs in there or something. Maybe you put some attachments. Save that for email. Instant message is for a quick response. You have a quick question that you don't need to write out a whole email for. Hit them up. You say it on instant message. You check like, hey, do you have this file you could send over? Instant message. So you definitely want to be courteous of how and when you're using your instant message. It is not an email. We're going to do a tutorial on emails. Don't worry. And the etiquette dealing with emails. So you want to definitely make sure that you keep the distinctions separate. And, you probably are a little bit more familiar with email just because everyone uses email now. And the key difference is there. You're not going to text something that you put in an email. That's the wrong forms of communication there. And so obviously you want to be courteous of the fact that you're not going to use I am for something that needs to be emailed, and you're not going to email something that can easily be I am'd. So the second one is you want to, not be too formal, try and be casual, but you still want to be professional. All right. So the third thing you need to keep in mind about instant message is that the IT department is always watching. You don't want to think that this is too casual and you can go say a whole bunch of curse words. You can talk a whole bunch of crap about somebody in instant message. IT is watching everything you do when you're connected to their Wi-Fi. So that's including on your phone. They have access to see. They may not see it until months later, but they have access to see anything you do. All the text messages you're on Wi-Fi submitting, they're going to see all your emails, even though you think it's just between you and somebody else. They can see all your instant messages. They monitor all that stuff. So I assume I'm being monitored on my computer at all times. I don't go to any personal sites. I save that for when I'm home on my computer, so I ain't got to worry about the company, monitoring what I'm looking at. I pretty much only stick to work-related stuff. I may check CNN or something like that, or obviously listen to music on Spotify or something like that. But just keep in the back of your mind that IT is watching and they're listening to everything you say, because people have gotten in trouble for be it sexual harassment, be it everything, by sending emails or instant message, or just searching bad sites on their computer or something along those lines. So you want to keep in mind, IT is always watching. And let's see, I had something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah. So don't forget that IT is always watching, which means that no matter if you're deleting emails, deleting instant messages, or whatever, they have the ability to go back and look and see, like, okay, this person was sending inappropriate messages. This person was, and I'm laughing because it sounds so ridiculous that somebody actually spends time doing this. But, this is something that you got to think about, because, they have the ability to, even if you delete something, to go back and check it out. And they oftentimes do this. This is how they catch people on harassment charges in the office, and, sexual harassment or bullying or anything like that in the office. So keep in mind that everything is monitored by IT. Anything that happens on the company's network is monitored. And so you just want to keep that in mind when you're sending instant messages. So don't make it too casual. Don't be so casual with somebody where it can be misconstrued and misinterpreted. So that's something that you want to keep in mind as well. And the fourth thing I wanted to talk about also, this is kind of a bonus, is don't forget that if you send somebody an IM and they don't respond to you, it is okay to follow up with them via email. And vice versa. If you send somebody an email and they don't respond to you, it's okay to follow up with them via IM. IM and instant message and email kind of work hand in hand with each other. They're different tools. They're used to accomplish different things, but in some instances they can be used together to accomplish a common goal. So that's it I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please like it, please share, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so we know that you have subscribed and you get notified every single time that a new video comes out. Love getting you guys to subscribe because that's what keeps us going, lets us know that you guys enjoy the content we are producing and putting out for you guys to listen to and interact with. Don't forget to comment down below, and maybe there's some instant message etiquette tips that you have that we maybe didn't include in this video. So comment those down below. I'm interested to see what you guys say. All right, guys, take care.